Welcome into Training Ground Dispatch presented by Kaiser Permanente here on the SDH Network. I'm Madison Crews. Jason Longshore's not joining me today. He left me and Sophia Cupertino to fend for ourselves over here at training, but it's okay. He had important things going on as well. More content going on the SDH Network, so make sure you follow us on all of our social medias to get all that content. But we were here at training today, got to watch the full session, also had the opportunity to catch up with Captain Brad Guzan as well as head coach Ronny Deila. Talked about how sometimes in these difficult stretches, you need just that leaning hand. You need to see a reaction after a tough loss against Philadelphia. And that's exactly what Brad Guzan and Ronny Deila said in these moments. How you handle the stress, how you handle those reactions, how you take what happened in Philadelphia and push it forward into this match against Orlando. And here's what they had to say.
How do you handle the emotions of going into a match against a rival and also the team that knocked you guys out of the playoffs last season?
Yeah, listen, these games are always difficult. They're always tough games. You go down there, all the different elements of the game, the conditions, the weather. It's part of what it is in terms of the makeup of Atlanta versus Orlando, and we understand what it means to our supporters, to our fans, and so for us, it's a huge opportunity and one that I think we're going to go down there with the ability to say, right, let's turn this thing around, and no better place to do it than Orlando away.
What are some of the things that you do to help your teammates, keep their head, especially in a difficult stretch like this?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been in the game a long time. The manager, the same, and I think the message is not to panic. It's not panic. You can't panic, and you have to understand what we're trying to do and how we want to play, and if we stick to that, we'll be okay. It's when we get away from that or we're not as clean and as crisp with the ball. When we shoot ourselves in the foot, like I said, we hurt ourselves. And at this level, you do that, you're more often than not going to get punished. And every single time we've been getting punished for these mistakes. And so, don't panic. Continue to believe and understand, where we're going and understanding how we want to get there, and stick to the game plan.
As captain, what would you say that your role is in ensuring that all 90 minutes the team is on it? What would you say that your role is in making sure that everybody's giving 100% of the 90 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, listen, for me, obviously, when you're a goalkeeper, right, I'm on one end of the field, and so for me to get messages across to guys at the other end of the field becomes difficult, and that's just because of location and proximity on the field. And so, as whether it's captain or senior head or an elder statesman, it's you try and prepare guys as much as you can, and nobody is robotic out on the field. And so whether that's a striker, defender, midfielder, goalkeeper, you can't control them per se, and you need to be able to allow guys to express themselves both on the ball, off the ball, but they need to have an understanding of what it takes to compete at this level, to play at this level, and ultimately be successful at this level. You've got to be able to put together a 90-minute performance to give yourself a chance to win games.
How do you and your staff help players manage competitive stress in a stretch like this?
It's about talking, with them. Again, it's like being a parent. You need to be there through their experiences, and observe and support, and of course also give advice. Be clear what you want. I think that is the main things, and be calm. I think that's also important. That's I've seen worse things than this. Yes, we are eager and really want to turn a trend that we don't like around. At the same time, it's still a long season, and we know also that we nothing is done in a month or two. So we know where we want to go, but we need to stay calm and stay focused and be clear the way we go. And I think it's more easy to do it when you're winning. But when you're also not having the results you want, you have to also keep on believing what you're doing.
Jay and Noah had a really big role in that match against Philadelphia. How important is the role of the homegrowns in a stretch like this, and what do they bring, especially bringing that energy and bringing what you want onto the field?
I think that's to be a homegrown, have local players is important because they feel differently about the club, and they have. They know the area, they know the values in the city, they know the values in the in the club, and I think in almost every good team they have 3, 4, 5 players of these, and they are still very young, many of them. But I see talent and I see ambition, and it's you can also feel how big it is to play for Atlanta. So I had that in New York also, 4 or 5 with James San and Taiwan was there. You know, we had and they really grew with the team and was very impactful players in the end for us, and I hope they also will be that in the future.
Atlanta United is back on the road to face Orlando City this Saturday. That match is going to start at around 7:25 because the match is also going to be on Fox as well as MLS Season Pass. You can also listen to the match on 92.9 The Game and the Odyssey app. Myself and Abe Gordon will have the pregame show, and then Mike Conti and Jason Longshore will take over as they'll be in Orlando calling the match.